Well, anyway, I was going to say that unexpected, apropos of nothing, in the middle of a little general ass promo, they showed off like one whole second of Space Jam. Did you see this shit?
I did not see this one whole second of Space Jam.
So Space Jam, there's about 2 seconds of it in this Warner Brothers trailer that's just advertising their like streaming service or whatever. It's what's the video called? It's called Same Day Premieres, and you can see basically you see two shots. You see one shot of LeBron with Bugs Bunny behind him, and then in another shot you can see someone advancing into a god ray of light, and when you look at the characters surrounding the ray of light, you can see the Animaniacs on one side and Space Ghost on another.
All right.
So
okay,
Space Ghost and the Animaniacs and Tweety Bird confirmed for Space Jam 2.
I only have one question. Will they let Bugs say fuck?
No.
Because Bugs Bunny totally says fuck.
But LeBron will say fuck.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I hope they do it emulating that meme shot of him turning backwards to talk shit with his mouth open. Big dog style. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it, but expect the cameos to be through the roof because fucking Space Ghost is there. And also one of those dinosaurs from the Flintstones.
Yeah.
So shit's about to get wild. This
Dino, nailed it.
Not Dino. Not Dino. Someone with a much longer neck than Dino.
Name this dinosaur.
It is not named. It is a purple dinosaur that carries rocks on its head.
Okay. Are we ever gonna get the cast of the dinosaurs?
Oh no, they
movie?
died. They died horribly.
Yeah, they're fucking horribly dead. Oh
not
man.
the mama. No.
Oh, they froze to death. That's horrible.
Canonically, super duper dead. Well, anyway,
it's hilarious how dead they are.
Expect that this is probably gonna be a bit of a Wreck-It Ralph situation with just wild cameos in every single shot. Then, if they're bringing back Space Jam, that's probably how
that's
you
what
do
I
it.
want.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a basketball man. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm not a basketball or sports man. And I know LeBron James is like a pretty big deal. I don't think he's Michael Jordan big deal.
Fucking piping hot takes. Here we go. Pat weighs in on the LeBron versus Jordan controversy. Do tell. Go on. Let's hear what he has to say, as if this war has not raged for the last 10 years. Break it down. What do you got for us?
All right, I have a really easy way to sum this up. When I was growing up, and Michael Jordan was the hottest basketball player, even though I didn't give a shit about basketball, I could not escape him. He was literally everywhere. Now, LeBron James is a pretty popular basketball player, and I could easily escape him. That's it. That's my whole train of thought on this.
Okay, well, allow me to inform you that, like, you just casually waltzed in and made a statement that people have been killing each other over for 2 decades now. And it's the biggest, craziest, nonstop, endless discussion that, like, the people involved themselves are so sick of having the conversation go in places.
Well, there's no conversation. Jordan was way bigger in his time than LeBron is now.
Well, yes, there's of course the nature of but you see the discussion then evolves into, okay, but what about the expansion
No, it
of,
doesn't. That's the
yeah,
end of
but
it.
I'm telling you what exists. I'm not telling you what it
Yeah, and
ought
I'm
to
telling
be.
them that those people are stupid, and if they're gonna get killed over it, then I guess they can just die wrong.
Anyway, so then you get the of course there was the layers of the conversation that evolve into, okay, but the game has evolved and the game is now a much more complex one where if Jordan in his prime were still on the court now, he would be facing much stiffer competition that has been groomed off of not only his tapes but everyone else that has been great in that time. And so you're looking at a future version of things.
Yeah,
So,
sure, whatever.
you
Who
know,
cares?
the
That's not happening now.
so you get this whole
I can't stand that. I fucking
right. So the
can't
greats of different
stand that.
eras.
And Muhammad Ali would have been able to. Oh, he'd have to.
Mike
compete
Tyson.
with
Well, what
new
about
guys.
Jack Johnson though? Right?
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
When Muhammad Ali was boxing, he was undoubtedly the greatest without any competition at all. So he was bigger then than the new guy is now. Like, it's so.
But that whole discussion is like, yes, in the end it ends up being completely dumb and pointless and is not worth having. But I'm so fucking like, man, I'm telling you, dude, like it's been raging mindlessly and stupidly for 20 years now.
Like it's so fucking stupid. Hell, man, you know Kubrick's fucking Hitchcock's not that great, man. You compare him to Kubrick's work. Kubrick's movies are way better. But do you know what movies used to look like before Hitchcock made movies?
And
shut up.
So that's the other thing too is you're having a different discussion too as well, where you're effectively just bringing up like the athletic phenomenon that is like Michael Jordan in the world, and then the LeBron effect that the effect LeBron has on the world, where it's like based on the world being a different place at the time and the limits of the building being much smaller and whatever the case was, Michael Jordan took up way more space in the, you know, whatever sphere than LeBron does, despite like without even getting into the competition of the player versus the player discussion. But
yeah,
this conversation is fruitless and pointless, and it's stupid to have. it's a trap.
It's like you could even do it. You could do it like fucking what do you call it? Objectively too. You could like what was the most popular year of such and such's career, and literally just search for how many newspaper articles about that person had their name in the title for that year. Like with Michael Jordan, like every single fucking thing Michael Jordan did, even his horrible failures were newsworthy. That guy got to fucking play baseball and golf and fail out of both and still be a huge sports star.
Fame wise, the discussion of just like the impact culturally, not getting into what they would do on the court or what would be the actual, you know, competition of the players, just in terms of fame wise. Yeah, absolutely. There's just no comparing it. Michael Jordan, if you were alive during the era of the Bulls, it was the planet. It was everything and everyone everywhere. It was nonstop, all encompassing, at least from the perspective of someone growing up in, you know, North America and the Caribbean. I can't speak for being on another side of the planet, you know. But yeah, there's just all sides of it where, you know, people do that, and then people also bring Kobe into the discussion, and then this goes into this whole thing. Like it's just this massive, like, endless debate along the same as like, what's your top 5 in hip hop, you know, along the line. Like there's all these, you know, who's the GOAT of every, like,
it's all
genre.
I have always
sport,
found that
every
everyone
music.
having those arguments ever is always stupid. Like, I feel like there's like a general consensus that is like extraordinarily obvious to even the most casual viewer, and then there's the people who really like somebody
Mm-hmm.
and are just gonna take every possible fucking step to convince you that no, actually they were actually the best, or that album was actually the best, or this band was the most popular, or fucking whatever.
Yeah, and then you end up going down this nonsense road with some asshole on Twitter putting out a thought that's like, "Oh man, the Paul brothers would destroy Floyd Mayweather." And you're just like, "Yes, child, I'm sure they would." You know, like it leads to this thing where it's like, because you were not alive then, you have no possible context for what this might be, but this new thing represents your world, so your perspective on it is highly limited, and this is the world we live in. But it ends up being a pointless discussion, and the people involved most of the time will tell you it's pointless, because there's, again, LeBron on the record going, yeah, I based I looked at the greats, I looked at Jordan coming up, and I obviously based my game on the things that he taught us, and then I went my own way with it. And this discussion is it's just a tired thing to have, you know? And he effectively does the same thing that people do, where you go, yeah, I stood on the shoulders of giants, and that's why I can see further, you know? Like, you look at it like time is linear. You're coming down a pathway that, like, you can play based on the foreknowledge of the people who pushed the limits before you. So because they pushed those limits, you know where they are. You can do things that they didn't have access to, and then you have to get into hypothetical alternate realities if they did. What would you have done if the limits were further back and you were handed a different circumstance at the time?
I remember my dad arguing with a friend of his. They were just hanging out watching baseball, and they were arguing about whether, like, the fucking 78 Astros could beat the fucking like the fucking Red Sox in like 94. And it was the most pointless fucking, like, it sounded like my dad was arguing about Death Battle.
No, what it is it's Sosa versus McGuire trying to home run each other, like, and the world watches, screaming at every single one that gets batted out of the park, and in the end, they're all cheating. They're all cheating. They're all jacked up on huge drugs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I forget who I was talking to, but they were talking to me about sports, and I was just like, man, I don't care. Wrestling's more honest than sports, because at least they'll tell you it's rigged.
Man, I need to go watch it, but Punch Mom watched. There's a documentary that showed up that was on Netflix a short while ago called Icarus, where it just kind of breaks down how Russia just cheated on every single sport in the Olympics forever, for years now, and just, like, kept it going.
Oh, yeah, they got kicked out recently.
Yeah,
they got
where, like, if exactly,
Olympics.
you can't enter under the Russian name, under the flag, if you're a Russian athlete, unless you cleared as a non-cheater, in which case you could enter under the Olympic banner itself, but you can't enter under the Russian flag, you know. And there's just a point where one of the guys involved with, like, just, like, finding ways to, like, hide all the roids and drugs they're giving everybody, because they're just giving everybody everything. Like, oh, what are you doing? Fucking the ski shooting thing? Yeah, let's just take some just in case. You can roid up your ski shoots a little bit. And they're like, is there anyone you didn't give it to? And they're like, yeah, the gymnasts, because they got a little, it didn't help them. They got a little too big and hefty, and it didn't help them move better. In the end, it was a hindrance. They needed to stay light.
Yeah,
so,
the way that you want to cheat with the gymnasts is you want to falsify their ages.
Yes.
So that you can get gymnasts in that you're like, this gymnast totally 18 years old, and everyone's like, that's a fucking 12-year-old. You ain't fooling fucking nobody here.
Yeah. So I need to go watch it, but, like, there's a whole thing about that, and just the wild level of cheating. And then apparently there's also a discussion about, like, what happened in bicycle, fucking marathon races where like, so Lance Armstrong, greatest ever, yes, but cheated all the time, totally, but still greatest ever even without it, yes. Okay, and shit, the second place guy was also cheating, so was third. Damn it. What is the first position ranking that did not cheat? 14th place? I guess the guy in 14th place is now gold.
You're the winner. At this point, you go, why do we even have the stupid Olympics anymore?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, guys. Esports is totally clean, except for all the performance-enhancing drugs everyone takes all the time.
Yeah. So there was that. And also, I believe the guy who directed it, he made a new movie that's about the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, and Netflix is not airing that shit, so you got to track it down elsewhere. So, hey, check that out, I suppose. Right?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's the Saudi Arabia murder.
Okay, yeah, I do know what that is.
The guy who was killed in the consulate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Wonderful.
Nice behind the scenes of everything breaking that down. So, yes, subject matter of both of those stories is relevant